I think it's wrong, but like I don't see it ending anytime soon.
For sure. But you would recognize, for example, if we just spawned into that slaughterhouse, right? We're in the slaughterhouse. We see Steve cut the throat of the little chickie, and then that little chickie's gonna end up in your stomach later. And then I snap my fingers, and we're like back at your house, and that chicken is now in
Okay.
your fridge. Do you see how, like, despite it maybe never stopping anytime soon, that we could prevent that chicken ending up in your fridge? How do you know how we could prevent that?
By me not getting it.
Absolutely. And do you think that's like an unreasonable thing to ask of you? No.
Hey,
Hello.
welcome, welcome.
What up, therapist?
You alright over
So,
there?
Manda. No, I'm sick.
That
No.
sucks. Sorry to hear that.
Uh,
Yeah.
Is your profile picture an anime girl with like 1,000 yard stare or something? Because that is very
huh?
poignant. What's your profile picture?
It's it's edited, but it's like what's it called? What's the character called? I forgot.
Nichijou? I mean, is she from
No.
Nichijou?
Mm. There are
I
some
haven't
moves
watched
like similar
anime.
to it, but you don't watch anime?
Oh shoot,
No, like last time I watched anime was 2 years ago, to be honest.
Bro,
Mm-hmm.
have you guys seen the
bro.
thousand
Hmm?
yard stare meme? It's like a
Yeah,
guy.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what I'm
yeah.
talking
It
about?
is. It
It
is.
is
Yeah,
it
that's it.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, dude, oh my
yeah.
god,
But
I
like,
recognize that
yeah,
helmet and backdrop, bro.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
Yo, therapist, we're a bunch of vegans. Do you want to talk to us about veganism?
Vegans. I just ate
Hell yeah.
chicken. I'm sorry.
Oh damn. Don't be sorry for us. Just the chicken, right? It's all good.
Yeah.
Say sorry,
Yeah.
Miss Chicken,
I don't know. It's in my stomach right now.
for sure. Do you think do you feel bad about that sort of thing, or are you just kind of being silly?
Mm, I don't know. I don't think much, to be honest.
Facts. So I guess can we have a conversation where I asked you to think about stuff, and then when I ask you to think about stuff, can you tell me what you're thinking about?
I'll try.
Okay, I appreciate that. And if we get to a point where you no longer want to try, you can tell me that, and we can stop there, and I'll respect that. Um,
Okay.
hmm. Do you think like I'm sure you like animals, right? They're pretty cool,
Yeah.
and you probably don't think it's alright to hurt them.
No.
As in, no, we shouldn't be able to hurt them.
Um, I don't know. Honestly, no. I don't think animal abuse is okay.
Okay.
Mm.
And what do you consider to be animal abuse? Or yeah.
Mm, like I don't know, hitting, putting them in pain,
Mhm.
putting animals in pain. I think is abuse,
Okay.
or
And
like torturing them.
this is gonna seem like a very obvious question, but just to help me understand, like, why you would value that an animal is having a painful experience, um, what does it matter if an animal is in pain? Like, why should we respect that and not hurt them?
Um, I don't know, like just empathy. Like you wouldn't want to be put. I don't know, like if you like switch. I don't know. You wouldn't want to be put in that position. You know.
Right.
I
So,
don't know.
Yeah.
like, you think in the same way that we are interested in not being hurt, that when they're being hurt, they wouldn't want to be in that position. They'd rather
Mhm.
obviously not be hurt. Yeah, I'd agree. So then this is like the provocative question, right? And I'd really appreciate it if you took just like a couple moments to think about it, because I'm not like mad about you about eating chicken or whatever, right? But it's an important question. So what makes it okay for us to like put an animal in pain in a manner that results in us being able to eat their bodies, but it doesn't make us or it's not okay to do that for other reasons or for other unnecessary reasons.
I don't get the question.
Sure. Like, would you say like for example, like how do you think that chicken in your stomach died?
Mm, I don't think about it.
If you had to, what would your answer be? How do you think it died?
Mm, I don't know. Cut its head off and then defeat. I don't know.
Okay. And do you think having your throat slit is painless?
It's definitely painful.
Okay, I would agree with you. And so, would are we still on the same page that then hurting an animal, this chicken, would be wrong because we're putting them in pain? Alex, could you mute, please?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Um, would you still agree that, like, for example, even though now we're doing it for food, that to hurt this animal is wrong, because we can empathize with them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's well. Thank you. I mean, honestly, I don't have a lot to say in terms of this necessarily. Satan, I'm sure would like to talk to you about like their practices in the industries and stuff. If you're not too familiar, but this is basically what veganism is, right? So, like everybody says, and it's obvious, right, that individuals should not be harmed because, like us, they value their lives, they value their experiences, and they value the ability not to be in pain, right? They want to avoid pain. And so, just as we respect their right to not be in pain or harmed or have their well being negatively affected in general circumstances, like for example, if you were at the dog park and you saw somebody hitting their dog, that would be wrong. And
Mhm.
when we're in, let's say, we like spawned into a slaughterhouse and somebody's slitting the throats of chickens, and that's going to become food, despite the fact that it's going to become food, it's wrong because we're harming individuals who don't want to be harmed. Would you still agree?
Um, I'm sorry. And like I heard everything you said, but what was the initial question to everything you said? You don't
Sure.
have to repeat the whole thing, just the
Yeah,
initial
yeah.
question.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page for the third time. I'm being pedantic. Do you
Oh,
think if we spawned in, like, if you spawned into a slaughterhouse and you knew the person like slitting the throat of the chicken who you're witnessing right now, or excuse me, not the person. That doesn't matter. That chicken's gonna end up being your food. Would you say them slitting their throat is wrong?
I think it's wrong, but like I don't see it ending anytime soon.
For sure. But you would recognize, for example, if we just spawned into that slaughterhouse, right? We're in the slaughterhouse. We see Steve cut the throat of the little chickie, and then that little chickie's gonna end up in your stomach later. And then I snap my fingers, and we're like back at your house, and that chicken is now in
Okay.
your fridge. Do you see how, like, despite it maybe never stopping anytime soon, that we could prevent that chicken ending up in your fridge? How do you know how we could prevent that?
By me not getting it.
Absolutely. And do you think that's like an unreasonable thing to ask of you?
Um, I think it's only because like I don't know, veganism was never like I don't know, like taught or like it was never. It's just like I don't know. I've grown up like eating a lot of food, and most of that food had chicken in it, or like
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like it's definitely wrong. I definitely agree with that. Like I don't agree on like harming animals,
Mhm.
but it is like a hard process for a lot of people because they've never grown up with
Hey,
veganism
just to
in the household.
I think this may be um like I entirely agree with you there. Given that like so we live in a world where it's the case that most people, even vegans like myself, have grown up and have been in environments where like you don't even have to think about what you're consuming, right? It's not necessary to do so. You're gonna get food from your family, friends when you go out to restaurants, and like that's what it is to people, food, right? So that much um, I can acknowledge and respect. I've been there before. I've only been vegan for 2 years. Um, but the important question to me is once we recognize that like this is true of the world and that it is who we are consuming, right? These are the bodies of dead individuals, and it's not food necessarily, right? It's not just food. When we can recognize this, what else would make it hard to stop going to the grocery store and paying for a carcass and then, as a result, demanding more carcasses to be showing up in your grocery store? What else makes it hard other than um, that this is how we're raised? I agree that that makes it hard.
I mean, for me currently, it's not hard. Like, I moved out like just recently, so like most of my food I think has been vegan
Oh shit. Okay.
because I don't really buy like chicken or like meat as much. Like today I had chicken because my dad he made food and I got it from him.
Yep.
He made rice and chicken, but
Okay.
I haven't been buying it. Like I don't think too much. As I said, I just like live.
Mm,
I don't really like thinking about things too much.
yes. I mean,
But
given.
um,
Sorry.
I haven't
Continue.
been buying. I don't think I've ever bought. No, I bought it like once. I moved out like 2 months ago. So
Um,
yeah, I got it once in the span
Feel
of two
free not
months.
to answer this if it's too personal, but like, since you're not like buying chicken as much since you've moved out, like, what sort of, like, what are you replacing that with, or like, what sorts of meals are you having nowadays?
Just like pasta, like easy, like stuff to make like easy. Cause like I work and I study,
Hell
so I
yeah.
don't really have time to make food. So I just make like easy to make
Do
food.
you have you had like tofu in the past? Do you fuck with tofu?
Tofu,
Hmm?
like
It's like a processed and fermented soybean. I believe fermented. I'm not sure exactly, but tofu.
uh,
Um,
I don't think I had tofu
Interesting.
before.
Um,
I'm not sure.
so it it's great in the sense that it has a really nice nutritional profile. It has nice amounts of protein, fats, and carbs. And in terms of like texture, it can be made to feel like mouthfeel like chicken or whatever meat that you'd like. But I would suggest it generally just like if you're not replacing chicken with another significant protein source or another significant like nutritional source, I would suggest something like tofu. One, because it would make this sort of like desire to buy something like chicken probably less of the case, right? If you have something that you like and is like nutritionally adequate, and can even be made to taste like chicken and like have the texture of chicken or whatever meat that you're looking for, I'm sure that might make it easier like to not like support the animal agriculture industry, support killing animals, etc.
I hate to interrupt real quick, but I just want to say too, I'm gonna about to bounce, but love this conversation. And also, if you ever hear anyone say that tofu is gross, just like I hope you know that it's a skill issue because like if you know how to cook tofu, you can make it any way you want, but most people don't know how to, so that's kind of on them. All right,
Okay,
great seeing everyone. Take care.
you
Bye.
too.
Oh shoot, dang, I had my headset muted. Shoot, what was I gonna say? are
like
you
replacing.
replacing these things? Would you say like you're just curious, or would you actually be inclined to making these changes if we could help you, or if anybody could provide you some sort of help or guidance in making a transition like this?
Um,
And if you're just curious, do you like respect what it is what it is.
um, I don't know.
Um,
I love not thinking. I'm sorry.
yeah, but
My brain is like turned off most of the time.
would you at least
But I'm saying like I agree, like I don't have it. I don't have meat that much.
yeah,
And I don't want to feel like a contributor to like, slaughterhouses
for
and all
sure.
that. So
Hmm.
I'll definitely like, I mean, I'm already like cutting down on it. So
I mean, if you don't want to contribute to the destruction of houses, I mean, that's what everybody says until Lockheed Martin approaches them with a 3,000, like a six-figure a year
wait, you're
salary.
Tunisian?
Bro, what
Yeah,
the fuck are you on about?
That's cool.
I don't know. I just started saying some random shit.
Now you're good, bro.
For real,
They were
for
talking
real.
about slaughterhouses, like contributing to them.
Slaughterhouses?
Yeah.
Intriguing. Might I propose to you a new theory? Subatomic particle acceleration chambers.
No.
Okay.
You may not propose this to me. We are in the middle of a
Perhaps.
conversation, so you're aware. But that is interesting. Otherwise. Thank God. Okay. Therapist. So
Mhm.
like when you like, I don't see how it would require thinking to when you go to the grocery store. Just remember, like, oof, when I pay for
No, like I don't go
chicken.
to the grocery. I don't go
Oh,
and buy a chicken. It's too
oh,
expensive for
what?
me anyway.
Sorry, then I don't understand like your circumstances. Can you tell me more about them?
I just like when what's it called? I don't know.
Okay, or so okay.
Like if
How do
it's
you how are you
served,
getting your
if it's
food? Maybe is the
served.
best question. Like,
Oh no, like I don't know. I go grocery shopping. I live with two of my friends,
mhm.
and we all like go grocery shopping together.
So here,
And
wait, I have a proposition then.
uh-huh.
If I like, if I or anybody else within this community like spoke to you in a VC call before you go grocery shopping next or whatever, and helped you, well, we spoke to you regarding what preferences you want for your groceries, and then we wrote you the grocery list, right? This would necessarily require no like extra thinking, and then it would also coincide with this desire not to contribute to the slaughter of animals because there would be nothing on this list that would be an animal product. Would you be open to this?
Um, for the past 2 months, I've been literally making pasta, rice, and then like that's literally it. So I don't think I'm even contributing
Okay.
to the
That's
slaughterhouses.
in terms of what you're making, that sounds fine. From what I can
But like
tell, do you use like
I'm
milk
saying
or
if it's
eggs or
like
anything like that? Maybe, or honey, maybe
You got
things like this.
the
yeah, I
chicken
used
dish for
eggs.
someone.
Okay.
I used
And
eggs like 2 days ago
would
for
you?
my pancakes.
And this isn't about like judgment, right? Like, do you understand how that also contributes to animals being harmed? And if not, we can tell you more.
Yeah,
Okay. So,
but like it's eggs.
um,
No, like
I'm not sure.
they're not alive. It's not like
Oh,
a fetus.
okay. Saying, or
Not
actually,
even a
where in the
fetus.
world are you
I
from?
don't know.
Just so that we can get like more
Is my mic
context.
working?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're good.
Morocco.
Oh shit, dude, what?
Okay.
Yo, 1 second, let me turn my camera on. Why do you sound Asian to me? I thought you were an Asian person. It's
What?
probably the
Well, I thought that too, and
it's
then
the
you didn't
anime
know what
profile
tofu
picture.
is, so I was like,
Yeah, that confused me too. I was like, I'm definitely like, there's no way I'm this off, right? Like I'm speaking to an Asian person, but I guess I'm that off. I'm also from that part of the world. Hello, East African here.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Um,
East African. Where from?
Somalia. Born in Kenya though. I was born
Oh,
as a
cool.
refugee. What was it? So okay, with eggs, Sane should tell you about this. I heard about this for the first time a few years ago. You would be surprised. Despite it being an unfertilized egg, despite there not being a baby in this egg, it does entail harm, unfortunately. Sane, do you wanna go ahead?
Yeah, like the
How come?
vegans don't care about the unborn chicken inside the egg, right? Because there is none, right? It's the chicken's egg, unless it's fertilized, right? Unless a rooster has sex with a chicken before the chicken lays the egg.
No, or it's not good. What's going on?
Are descendants of the red jungle fowl, which we found in nature, but we bred these birds in completely different ways. One to make the broiler chicken, which is the chicken that we breed for meat, right? They grow so large that they can't even support their own weight. After a few weeks of being alive, they get so big that they literally like break their own legs under their own weight. They get so big so fast. Um, Egg laying chickens are different. They've been bred to lay as many eggs as possible. They don't get as big, right? But they lay 2 eggs per day, about approximately, and the eggs are as big as possible, right? They breed the chickens that lay the biggest eggs with the other chickens that lay the biggest eggs in order to, and they've done this for centuries, right? And so today, modern chickens lay these massive eggs twice a day when in nature, right, originally they would have laid much smaller eggs and they would have only laid 1 or 2 eggs per month, right? Closer to like a human woman's menstrual cycle. Not exactly the same, but more similar. So you can imagine what this does to a chicken's body, right? Having 2 menstrual cycles a day. It's seeping a lot of nutrients from their bodies, and most egg-laying chickens die from complications from laying eggs. So, if the egg breaks on the way out or before it even comes out, it can cause like cuts, infections, right? And a lot of chickens die that way. Also,
Okay.
just nutrient deficiencies, right? Because it takes a lot of calcium, a lot of vitamin A in order to like make an egg, right? And they have to do this twice a day. So the best thing to do for chickens is to not have them lay eggs for us, right? We should not take their eggs, reduce the amount of eggs that they lay, so that they don't have such like a miserable life, right? Um, if if a human woman was having 2 periods per day, she would be begging someone like, "Please give me something to get my hormones in check," right? So that I don't have to go through this every day, right? Um, Please give me a pill so that my hormones are normal, right? And I have like 1 or 2 periods, or 1 period a month, right? Like a normal woman. Um, so we should treat chickens the same way, right? There's something wrong with their hormone balances. They're laying 2 eggs per day when they shouldn't be. We should try to correct this, right? With contraception, or there's a lot of different things that you can do to reduce the amount of eggs that chickens lay.
Wait, give me 1 second. Yeah, come in.
Are you letting dog or cat in?
Hold on.
Yes, because the cat can knock. Actually, I guess cats can if they wanted to.
I don't know. It sounded like maybe I heard like paws
I
or like claws or nails, but maybe they're letting their roommate inside. I don't know.
yeah, I thought they were just knocking. Yeah.
I gotta remember to touch on the egg industry when I get back. Don't let me forget.
Noted. Bro, Cypher's in here.
Hell no.
Call one.
Oh yeah. So yeah, therapist. The main other thing is just like if you've actually seen footage of like egg farms. Have you ever actually seen like where eggs that you buy at the grocery store where they would come from?
I've seen farms before,
Okay. So
but no, I didn't see like the whole process.
what farms did you see? Did you see a factory farm or did you see someone's like family like
No, like a
in their
family
backyard?
farm.
Yeah. So when you buy them from the grocery store, it's not coming from there, right? There's still issues with family farms, right? Like I mentioned, the chickens are still laying 2 eggs per day. If I had chickens that I was taking care of, I wouldn't have a farm, right? I wouldn't take their eggs. I would treat them like pets, right? Like companions, and try to give them a good quality of life. I wouldn't have a
Are they
family egg
still
farm.
gonna have
But
2 eggs per day?
yeah, unless you do something to stop that from happening. Yeah, that's like what chickens do now. They've been genetically bred for thousands of years.
Really
That
So
quickly,
humans have
if it's
domesticated them.
affecting them negatively, like when it comes to their hormones and body, like are you trying to say it's best if they go like instinct, or like what is the
no.
solution for this that you're trying to get to?
Contraception. We can give them contraception so that they stop laying eggs, and as a result, they stop having such
Has
a
this
significant
did it get tested
nutritional
before?
loss. Yeah, this is already a thing. It's not like a new idea. This is something we already do on behalf of animals, especially chickens, right?
There are these
Better for them.
places where there's places called farm animal sanctuaries where radical vegans will like break into a factory farm and rescue animals, and they need to have a place to put them, right? So they go to animal sanctuaries, and that's where people take care of like cows and pigs and chickens in a way where they don't get treated like farm animals, right? They get treated like companions or pets, right? So the standard of treatment is different, right? People aren't interested in getting eggs out of chickens in that context. They're interested in giving the chickens the best quality of life possible. So yeah, we already have a lot of different things that we can do to reduce the amount of eggs that chickens lay. The point is though, like when you buy eggs from a factory farm, right? It doesn't look like the family farm that you've been to. When you see free range, right, you would assume that free range on a box of eggs, you would assume that means something similar to the family farms that you've seen in the past, right? Like they're able to go outside, they're able to like roam around, do their own thing. That's not what free range means when you buy it at the grocery store. All they need is you can have a massive barn, right? And they're all crowded in there, and all they need is a tiny little window to get outside, and they can put the free range label on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the vast majority of factory farms, when every time we go in to like investigate with undercover cameras, it's the same thing over and over again, right? It's chickens with like barely any feathers left, right? Because they're like malnourished. They're usually stacked in cages on top of each other. The cages are called battery cages, so they have literally nowhere to move. They are completely trapped inside of these cages, with no ability to turn around, right? And they're just constantly laying eggs on top of each other, like shitting on top of each other. It's like disgusting, right? I can't do it justice until like you actually look at the footage, right? There is undercover footage of this stuff, but people, one, don't like to look at it, and two, it's hard to actually get in the first place because there are laws in place that prevent people from filming in factory farms. It's considered economic terrorism if you break into a factory farm and film what's happening, at least in America. So there's a reason why most people don't grow up being vegan. None of us here were born vegan, right? We all had to figure this shit out the hard way.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like that for everyone. The industry purposely hides the reality of what goes on because most people wouldn't be okay with it if they fully understood what was going on.
I see. But
How are you doing, therapist? Do you wanna, like, are you feeling uncomfortable now? Do you wanna take a step back from the convo? That's okay if you do.
I mean, it is like a sad subject. Like, there's no getting around it. But I guess the positive here is that there's communities of vegans, right, that you can come to, and assuming they're run correctly, I'd be careful of most vegan Discord servers, except for the one in my profile in my bio. If you join that server, there's like a good community. They'd be willing to like help you and support you, right? They're not gonna like be toxic towards you if you have questions and things like that. But there's a place to like learn about this stuff and discuss this stuff and have support for. It is like a sad topic, right? So if you feel like it's difficult to deal with, there's communities out there that can hopefully ease that, make it easier to deal with.
sorry. Wait.
Are you there? Are you good?
Yeah, we're just
You talking to
checking.
me?
Yeah, we're just checking on you. Like, if
I
you're.
said wait, and I muted. I don't know if you guys heard
Oh
it,
no,
but
sorry. Okay, well, I'll just ask you again. Like, we're wondering if you were like feeling uncomfortable, and if so, like that's fine, and we can like back off from the
I mean, it's
conversation.
definitely like you like. I guess I think it's like more eye opening,
Yeah.
and like the more you think about it, you're like, oh, it's messed up. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to go about it. Like, no, but I definitely think it's like I
I mean,
agree with
can you
you
be
guys.
like, when you mean like how to go about it, like how to go about making these sorts of changes? Alex, can you please?
Oh, sorry.
When you say you don't know how to go about it, can you be a bit more specific? I'm not sure I understand you.
Like, like when it comes to like I don't know, like what's it called? Like my family, like they cook like a lot of food, like and all of them they're very not vegan. Like
Of course.
most of the food,
Of course.
like chicken has egg. It
Okay.
literally has like so much. Like it has like everything. But like that's what I mean. Like I don't know how to go about it. Like I've been having food like that like for years, and I mean I definitely don't think it's hard to like cut down. Like I'm already doing so, but like what was I gonna say? I don't
It
know.
sounds like you're worried about having to like turn down food from your family. Like,
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah, I
we've been
kind of
there,
get that,
bro.
but
Like I'm
but
from an ethnic family from East
Yeah,
Africa,
that's what I
and
was gonna
they're
say. Like you
like
probably like understand
I
because
do.
like you know.
So like, I guess like we would appreciate like it'd be easier for us to help you if you could be like in these instances this happens and it would be hard for me to like maintain a plant-based diet. So like for example, it sounds like maybe you go over to your parents' house or your parents are coming over to yours and bringing food that has animal products in it. Are there other instances other than like these scenarios where
No.
turning down food would become an issue?
Other than that, no. Like
Okay.
I see them like every week or every 2 weeks.
Would you say
That's it.
this is more of an issue of like bringing this up, or do you think that your parents are just not open to the idea of like not consuming animals to begin with, and that makes it hard to bring it up?
Um, I don't know. I mean, still like for me, I don't like beef at all. I don't like eating it.
Yeah,
Chicken, I don't mind unless it tastes like chicken. I don't like it. I
interesting.
get
I've heard that a
disgusted.
lot. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like I don't like beef at all. I don't like it. I can't eat it.
So
They
here,
know that.
let's
Like so I don't like every time like it's on like the table, I don't eat it.
So what
But
they like, and so when you've had these conversations in the past, like when you don't want to eat beef, do you have to say like, "Hey mom, like I'm not eating dinner tonight. There's beef in it." And is that like how it go like how it
I
used to
just
go, or
avoid it.
and they don't say anything to you?
No.
So with like chicken, if you started avoiding it now, why would this be a different problem or result in a different problem than with beef? You
Um,
seem to just
I feel
never
like I don't
do
know.
your thing.
Like for me, like I don't know. Like especially since I moved out, I was like, oh, I kind of miss chicken because I haven't had it in so long.
Hmm. So is it more
But
about just
that's it.
that you want to continue
Like
eating chicken a little
cravings.
bit? Yeah, and I
Like it's
mean,
just like
um,
cravings
so
sometimes.
it's a matter of like the question is, do you like crave? First, let me start here. Like, we know where you're coming from. A lot of people like consider this before going vegan, and it's something that they run into like at the beginning, especially. Like, it's not like you're not necessarily like craving meat like you are, right? But what you're craving is the food that you know and like and enjoy and are used to, right? And also like aside from craving like the taste pleasure, you're craving the convenience as well, right? Like nothing has to change for you to continue eating chicken, where that isn't true otherwise. Um, so shoot, where did I start with this? It's a matter of asking yourself, like, hey, like, I've had a conversation with these random vegans from America and Canada on Discord, and apparently there's like stuff going on in or or stuff going on that I'm uncomfortable with in the process that it takes to make the food that I eat. Do I like is this significant enough for me to do things like want to crave chicken less? Like when you ask yourself that question, is it do you are you motivated now? Do you see yourself being motivated now to on behalf of the animals want to reduce these cravings, even if they
No,
seem
yeah,
somewhat artificial?
definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so for example, like to be honest with you, it seems like your issue isn't so much turning down your parents, but like turning down your own cravings. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
And so,
Wait, can I DM you something, therapist? I
yeah,
have something I really
Sure.
want you to see. Um, I've got a recipe here for you for vegan chicken. Um, so hopefully this should like take care of some of your cravings.
yeah, amazing. And so it's a matter of that, right? So like one thing you can do is like be preemptive. Um, there's crazy vegans running around making food that tastes like meat that isn't made out of meat. They've been doing this forever, right? So these things exist, and in terms of products, they exist, and furthermore, in terms of recipes, they exist, like what Satan's sending you right now. So let's say you were able to cook something that tastes and feels and as satisfying and is healthier than like chicken even, and is still affordable. um, it seems like to me that like first of all that would take care of a lot of these craving issues, right? If you don't have to crave anything else, if what you have is satisfying your cravings to begin with, what else do you think would make it a sort of struggle or like be hurdles in your way in maintaining a plant-based diet or a vegan lifestyle?
Mm, nothing else.
Okay,
I think that's about it.
cool beans.
Wait,
Wow.
tofu. Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would say
How does this taste like? Yes? I didn't take your charger.
My charger.
Huh?
Aw.
My charger.
The ass of your charger?
Yeah.
I'm fucking no.
Oh my goodness.
Huh?
Someone thinks you stole their shit.
It
Girl.
left it in my room again.
Oh
Then
no.
look for
The
it.
drama.
Bitch!
The drama.
Fuck you!
Okay. Are you good to go, therapist?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's try and like
Sorry, my roommate
no
was.
worries. Regarding this like how does it taste thing, right? Sorry, bear with me. I have to be a teacher a little bit here. So like for example, there's times where you eat chicken and you love how it tastes, right? Obviously. And then there's times where you eat chicken and it tastes like chicken and it's nasty. Is this
Yeah.
true?
Yeah.
Okay. And so like one of the major differences is that you can taste the chicken. I don't think that the chicken that tastes good doesn't taste like chicken. I just don't think that you can no longer taste the like chickeny part of the chicken as a result of seasonings and how things are prepared in our cooking methods. Do you find this to be fair? Like, do you think I'm being reasonable? Do you think that it's because we cook it a certain way, because we season things a certain way, that as a result we'll either get a cooked product that we enjoy or we don't because it tastes like chicken. So when it comes to something like tofu, it tastes like whatever you cook it and season it to taste like. So if you cook it and season it in the same way that you cook and season chicken, it should taste the same. I mean, let's be honest, it's going to taste a little bit different considering the base flavor is something like chickeny, right? Except it's not chicken, so it has a tofu-y flavor, which is a bean. So it has like this kind of like bland bean flavor. But just as with chicken, you can season and cook the initial flavor out of it. We do that with all sorts of meat or other foods. You would do that with tofu. So you would season it and cook it in a manner that would taste exactly like chicken, if you're doing things correctly. Yeah.
Is it high in protein?
Yes. Very high in protein.
Very.
Okay, good.
Yep. And it has.
If you want something that's even better, so I know you don't like beef, right? But there's this thing called seitan that you can make out of. It's called seitan, like Seitan, and it people use it to make vegan steak, vegan ground beef, shit like that, right? So not usually for making vegan chicken, usually for making like red meat replacements. And that is higher in protein than any meat on the planet. Like it is the highest protein food you can have.
Is that like bread? Looks like bread.
Sort of the consistency of bread before you bake it, I guess, or it's like doughy before you bake it. So
Yeah.
it's made out of wheat gluten, so it's essentially like just it's like pure protein bread, basically. Think about it that way. But
Okay.
it doesn't taste like bread. It tastes like meat. Like it genuinely tastes like meat once it's baked.
Okay. I like these options. I'll try them out soon when I can.
Yeah, that'd be sweet, actually. And if you want to join, there's a Discord server in my bio, Vegan Quest. If you join there, there's a whole section in there for like helping people go vegan. So if you have questions about like recipes or nutrition or like literally anything at all, the people in that section aren't going to try to like debate you or anything, right? They're literally just there to like help you out or give you pointers about whatever you want.
They said it's invalid, I think, because that's a custom invite link and no longer works.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I can send you an invite right now, and then say make sure to change that in your bio.
Well, I think
maybe I can.
the server just needs to be boosted and then it'll be fixed automatically.
Right, but as of right now, it's
yeah.
You're better off.
Good point.
I I sent you a friend request. I'm not gonna be able to send you that invite unless you're able to accept it first. Therapist.
Yeah, what's that?
No worries. Amazing. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised we could just say like, "Hey, we're a bunch of vegans," and you weren't like, "I'm gonna run away." You know. So
Literally.
like, this is we're the server we're inviting you to. We organize and help run. It's our community as well. So be happy to have you outside of the veganism stuff. It's also like a general
Okay.
chill community. You can come there and hang out
Yeah,
without getting
thank
yelled
you.
at about having chicken in your stomach, right? Yeah, dude. Thank you so much for this conversation.
Oh, thank you.
Hell yeah. Did you have any other questions or anything to touch on before we go? Either of you guys, Sane or therapist?
No, I don't have anything else.
Satan, how about you?
Mm. I did, but I forget what it is.
No
So doesn't
worries.
really matter.
Okay.
We'll see you around probably. So.
Hell yeah, bro.
I have
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, go for it, Tabs.
There's this guy named Sauce Dash, and there's this recipe with relating to seitan that I use all the time.
You should DM it
And
to
I
them
might
before we
do it
go.
tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I'm pulling it
you
up.
should
It's like
DM it
the easiest.
to therapist before you go. That sounds good. I love Sauce Dash's videos.
Yeah.
And then in the future, so for example, therapists like
Mhm.
to be like realistic about things. Like you might find that you don't enjoy tofu or one of these recipes, right? So it could be the case that you would want like different recipes to try, and I would hope you would continue like trying and find something that satisfies your cravings instead of maybe getting frustrated and giving up because a couple of the recipes we sent haven't worked. But furthermore, what I'm getting at is there's a lot of different YouTubers and chefs online who do this sort of thing. And I think the best way to give yourself the best shot at being vegan and maintaining it and like being satisfied with your diet is like giving these people's recipes a shot and like checking out like how they get creative in the kitchen and making things taste and feel like meat in your mouth. Hee hee.
Okay.
Yeah, Sauce Dash is amazing. Tabby, did you send that to them?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
I'll give it. Do you want it?
Yeah, actually, I'd appreciate that too.
Yeah, bet.
Yeah. Thanks again, therapist. We're gonna head back for now.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep doing
Have a
this,
good one.
so you might see us in Show Bar, but we're looking to speak with other people as well. Yeah, have
Okay.
a good rest of your
Good
day,
luck.
dude. Hopefully we see you around
You
in
too.
VQ. Take her easy.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye.
Deuces.
Bye bye.
All right,
Bye,
I'll see you
guys.
guys in VQ. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Your.
So onboarding